Pellowe, and today I'm bringing you the cutting news, the leading edge of political commentary in Australia, and the real important issues, and that is how to effectively buy toilet paper in Australia. Right now, we're seeing an epidemic of panic and fear, and the shelves are empty of toilet paper. My wife's been trying to get toilet paper at multiple different stores, and if you are on social media at all, you will have seen a lot of interesting videos. People handing out toilet paper like they're at a refugee camp and getting bags of rice after, being malnourished and on a 1,000-mile march on foot through rugged war zones before they're finally given the nourishment and compassion of human mercy in the shape of a bag of rice. But no, we're in first world Australia, and while all the shelves are stocked with everything except maybe some toilet paper and hand sanitizer. So it's a very interesting thing that's going on at the moment. And of course, the virus that has suggested to be the cause of all this actually doesn't have any symptoms which lead to extra increase in toilet paper. So there's a huge panic going on at the moment. And what we're also seeing in these videos is, I think, a more worrying epidemic and virus, and that's the attitude of self-supremacy. This is the new hatred, the new hate group. No, it's not white supremacy or black supremacy. It's not any of those other hate groups that the FBI might be watching out for. It's actually the virus of self-supremacy. Those kind of attitudes which lead someone to think that they and they alone are the important person in the world. So it's really, really interesting. You'll see this with people like some of the actresses in Hollywood who say their career is more important than the life of their child. So they're really proud that they had an abortion at a young age and killed their child, because self-supremacy says the life of someone else is not as important as you having a shiny gold trophy or a glittering career and job security. That's self-supremacy. Self-supremacists are the new hate group. And I really am making this video because I want to share an antidote to that. But first, the tips which you've all been waiting for if you're watching this in delay, and that is how to get toilet paper in Australia. So with my wife not being able to buy toilet paper after visiting a handful of shops, the shelves are empty, I thought, well, why don't I jump online? Because just having to buy a bunch of different groceries for catering for the Church and State Summit recently, I found out how easy it was, and something I'd never tried, ordering online with Coles or Woolies or Officeworks or in some of those places, and delivery can quite often be quite reasonable. So I jumped online, went to a supermarket that I like, and I found out that I could order toilet paper online. Okay, great, fantastic. I'll have one roll of toilet paper, please, delivered to my door, and there's a $15 delivery fee. Well, I'm not that desperate for toilet paper yet. Sure, some people are paying a lot of money for it, but let's see if there's a cheaper option. What if I just come and pick it up in store? That's an option. Pick up in store. Okay, so I chose pick up in store. Fantastic. I'll have one packet of toilet paper, please. You have to order a minimum of $30 to use the pickup order service. Okay, I'll have $30 worth of toilet paper. I don't need other groceries. There's nothing else in shortage of groceries, so we'll just keep buying everything else the way we do, and I'll just have you put aside my order of toilet paper. So I got 3 packets of toilet paper. I'm a little bit embarrassed, but hey, it was a minimum they put on me. I only wanted 1 pack. It's not panic buying. It's just meeting their terms and conditions. So I go then and look for the next available pickup time, and nothing on Saturday or Sunday. Maybe that's usual. Monday morning wasn't available, but I got an order window between 12 and 2 on Monday. I thought I'd hold off until I got the toilet paper, just to share with you all this ingenious idea on how you can beat the mobs at the supermarket, or worse, come away with nothing and empty shelves. And I have. Here it is, my toilet paper. I got a really big packet of toilet paper. What is it, 24 rolls in it or something? That should last my family at least a week. So I got 3 of those though. I rock up and I'm having a chat to the people in the aisle, and I take a photo of. I'm walking into the store. I'm thinking, there's not many people in the store. There can't be that many people panicking about getting toilet paper or anything. I'm feeling kind of silly, like there's going to be lots of toilet paper on the shelf, and the panic is already over before my lovely idea of ordering it has worked. But I got to the very last aisle on the other side of the supermarket, and here's what it looked like. Absolutely nothing in the toilet roll section. So, okay, I am glad that I got it there, but there's a bunch of other people there, and I'm feeling very glad that I've ordered toilet paper. And my parents said, "Hey, Dave, that's a great idea. Can you get some for us?" All right, so first packet of toilet papers for me, second packet of toilet papers for my parents. And there's a guy in the aisle at the end there, and he's talking about how many stores he's driven to. And he's driving a big V8, so he's talking about how expensive his fuel bill is, that he's been looking at maybe dozens of shops as he's driving around southeast Queensland, and how hard it is to explain to his kids that there's no toilet paper because they don't understand why. And, he's actually quite angry. And I'm trying to say, hey, just order it online like I did, because they'll email you when they've got some, when your order's packed and ready to pick up. I think some people have been trying it and it hasn't worked for them. I don't know. Let me know if you've tried it, or if you try it later. Come back and leave a comment and let me know if you have success or failure. Just order online for pickup or delivery, and beat all of this nonsense where there's nothing in the shops. So I say, look, I've got a third packet. I don't need 3. It was just a mandatory minimum, so I could order anything that I had to get an order to $30. We don't need carrots, and I'm not going to, buy milk in $30 worth. So, let us know what you think. And so I said, why don't you come to the checkout with me and you can have one of mine? I'll just give it to you. And he sort of said, yeah, and he sort of said no, but then he followed me to the checkout. I'm like, great, come on in. So I said to the staff at the pickup point, hi, last name Pellowe, can you grab my order for me? And she said, okay, well, the lady's just gone. We'll be back in a second. I said, has anybody else been ordering it like this? And she said, no, nobody has. I thought that was interesting. Maybe it wasn't going to work. But sure enough, they brought out a trolley with 2 packets of toilet paper in it. And they said, look, we're going to need you to go around the back to get the third packet, or maybe we can just give you a refund because you're really only meant to be buying 2. I'm like, yeah, I know I only wanted 1, but you told me I had to order $30 minimum, so I was just following the rules. I said, however, just go get the other one because I'm going to give this guy one. And she said, oh, really? Okay, no problem. So she went and got the third one. Meanwhile, I gave the guy who was there a packet of toilet paper this big, and he said, how much would you like for it? And no, I didn't do the eBay special of $100 just for you, or $1,000 or whatever it is. I saw somebody building a coronavirus bunker, offering them on Gumtree. You can get a coronavirus bunker for the small price of $220,000. But I said to this gentleman, it's yours. I'm just giving it to you. There's no charge. I don't want anything for it. And here's the solution and the antidote to self-supremacy. Not only that, but it's also the antidote to the toilet paper panic. I said, mate, I want you to do me one favor. I want you to get on Facebook and tell the world that this random person, a Christian, gave you your toilet paper, didn't try and exploit you for money, didn't even try and break even on it, isn't panicking, has complete confidence and no fear that everything's going to be okay, and there's no need to hoard or buy huge amounts of toilet paper in the panic. There's going to be plenty for everybody. More than that, there's enough to give away. The solution to self-supremacy is generosity. It's responsibility to others. And I'm not telling this to make me look good. I'm telling this because I want you to do the same. I want you to jump online, try and order more than you need. And then there's going to be people at the shops when you pick it up who haven't had that idea. I hope it works. I hope I just didn't get lucky, because I think if we start giving this stuff away, it's not expensive. It cost me $11. I'm no hero. And he wasn't a poor homeless guy. Maybe he was a shift worker. I don't know why he was able to go to the shops in the middle of the day, but he was driving a nice car and he had a big family. So, it wasn't like I was embarrassing him. And so the deal is, let's start spreading good news in this world of bad news and darkness. Let's start spreading generosity and setting an example of exactly how we'd be more than the self-supremacist attitude. What we have with these things disappearing off the shelves is a whole bunch of fear. False evidence appearing real. It's a little bit of a corny acronym for what fear is, but that's exactly what's going on. The fear of running out has become a self-fulfilling prophecy, and now we just have this actual absence on the shelves where people aren't able to get what they need. And so the antidote to fear is love. Bible says that perfect love casts out all fear. That guy went away with no fear. And I promise you that the people who read his Facebook post or Twitter or whatever he does, I didn't give him my name. We didn't take a selfie. There's no fame that I'm going to be getting from him. And the reason I'm telling you is because what if 100 of us did this? What if 1,000 of us did this? What if the news stopped showing clips of people stabbing each other and punching each other and brawling in the supermarkets, and started showing clips of random acts of kindness, started showing news bulletins about people just being generous, and now there's an abundance? Can you imagine how quickly the panic will die down, how quickly the fear will go away, and how quickly the culture will change from being self-supremacist to being generous and responsible for others around us instead of just self-interested? So, look, that's pretty much the end of this broadcast. That's the main thing I wanted to share with you. If you don't have toilet paper, if you don't know how to get it, then jump online to ordering online and see if you can get it that way. And then just relax and wait for them to email you when your order is ready. And if you can do it that way, then go a step further, get a little bit more than you need, and give it away. Let's start spreading the antidote to self-supremacy. I'm Dave Pellowe. This has been Pellowe Talk. I'd love to hear your comments and see them in the comments section, and we'll see you there.